welcome back. I did a short video and I put it up under shorts under this channel, and I was so happy. I knew we weren't going to get enough to cure the drought. I did know that. But it was promising. It was promising to the point where at least I hoped I didn't have to water, and I'm not going to water. But it misted, sometimes heavy mist. I wouldn't even call it a sprinkle. A heavy mist off and on to a light mist off and on to pausing for about 6 hours. And it didn't add up to much, folks. But it was refreshing. I'll show you. I have 10 buckets on my deck under the eaves, and I'll show you what the buckets look like. I don't think there's a quarter cup of water in the bottom of the bucket. It didn't even cover the bottom of the bucket. But it was something. It was something. So it is currently, I don't know, about 66, 67 degrees. It feels nice. You can tell there's humidity in the air, and every once in a while there's a breeze. But, yeah, still things need to be done, right? A funny thing happened today. Someone pulled in the yard, and it had just started misting. It was right before I did the short video earlier. And they said, I just stopped in to ask you a question. I don't want you to stand out in the rain any longer than you have to. I'm like, well, it feels really nice. It wasn't a cold rain. It was a real fine mist, and it felt pretty good, actually. So, but I answered their question, and they were satisfied, and they went on their way, and I continued with what I was doing outside. So I didn't work on my house siding today because climbing up and down things that are wet, I don't trust my knees at all with that. So if it's wet or raining or even misting, I'm not going to even bother doing any of that. So I took a walkabout. I went and looked, see how far the wild raisins are progressing this season, and they look pretty promising. But I'm going to do a video on wild raisins. I'm also going to do a video on 2 other bushes that look like the berries are edible, but they're really not edible at all. And if you're in Maine, I guarantee you have seen all 3 of these plants or all 3 of these bushes. And if you didn't know what they were, you may, in a foraging aspect of things, you may wonder what they are and if they're edible or not. Well, I'm going to show you, hopefully tomorrow, what these 3 bushes that are all over Maine, and they like to grow in low-lying areas like next to the bog, and which ones are edible and which ones aren't. When is the best time to pick the ones that are edible, and why you should pick the ones that are edible. So that is I would do it tonight, but I'm running low on battery on my cell phone. And by the time I get enough juice in my battery to film that, it's going to be dark because it's still cloudy. Now, I am having a problem, and I think Krista at Almost Off Grid Grandma, she talked about the ins and outs of YouTube on one of her, or 1 or 2 or 3 of her videos. And a lot of times I'm not getting notified, folks, that you are leaving comments. When I go to like a video and I hit comments, and there is, if you're familiar with YouTube and comments, there is top comments that you can click on, or you can click on newest. I usually go to newest, and it brings up the last comment first. And even then, your comments are slow getting to where I can read them. I'm not really sure. But Krista at Off Grid Grandma, I went to the YouTube studio and I can read your comments there. They post in a timely manner. So now that I know that I can forget the YouTube app and reading comments, I can go and it'll list all the comments under the YouTube studio, and as far as I know, they're up to date. So now that I know I can do that, I'm going to start going there and commenting under your comments from now on. So hopefully there won't be a gap between when you leave a comment and when I respond or give a heart, or hopefully there won't be that gap and I won't miss comments, folks. So, and I know there's a thing going where I just had to pause that because I just had company pulling the dooryard. There's this thing going on with a lot of channels where somebody will comment and the comment will disappear, or somebody will comment and the channel owner will respond and that response disappears. So things aren't quite right. Not sure what's going on with that. And while I'm talking about videos on YouTube, I know I'm a crappy editor. I don't even try half the time, folks. But there's like a little glitch a lot of times in my videos. That is not like when I'm talking here. It's not a glitch there. It's a glitch when I load it up to YouTube, because I run on data and a 10-minute video takes 8 or 10 hours to load up, folks. It truly does. The glitch is when it's loading up and something happens, whether it's lack of reception or whatnot, it'll give a little blip. It's like a split second. So it's not only me that's messing up with the editing. It's some of those blips, those glitches. It's just YouTube or lack of reception or something. So a lot of it's my fault. Some of it isn't. But we can blame it all on me. That's all right. So I read a comment just now before I came out. Gather and Basket Homestead commented that we're getting a chance of more rain tonight. Nah, not in this area. We're all done. Our rain stopped at 3 o'clock, and it's been cloudy. So it's just going to the north of us here, the 8 o'clock. I went to your town on my weather map, and I'm like, well, how come they're gonna get some rain and we're not? I was kind of jealous. And you're getting rain 7, or there's a chance of rain 7 and 8 tonight, where we have a 0% chance of rain here. So I'm glad you're getting the rain. Krista at Off Grid Grandma, she's in Canada, and she gets the storms after they pass through here. And I hope she gets more rain than we got here, folks, because I can tell you 6 hours of misting with a bucket under the house eaves, got about a quarter of a cup. Well, it's better than nothing. It sure is better than nothing. But it was a little bit of a tease, and perhaps I had my hopes up, and perhaps I got too excited. But when you haul your water, and you've been hauling your water to try to save your garden, and you rely on rainwater for your showers. I still got half a barrel of rainwater for my showers. I still got that. It's going down, but I'm conserving. So I got my hopes up, and I expected too much. And of course, just like in life, when you expect too much and you get disappointed when your wishes don't come true, right? So I guess that's it for tonight. You all be good. And as we say in our family, love you, bye.